Michael Gerard Tyson was born on June 30th, 1966, in Brooklyn, New York. His early life was a chaotic storm of poverty, neglect, and violence. His father abandoned the family. His mother struggled to maintain stability. Tyson's youth was steeped in petty crime, fights in the streets, and brushes with the law. The streets were his first gym. Survival demanded ferocity. He learned to fight out of necessity, not discipline. Yet even then, there was a spark, raw and untamed, a hint of the prodigious power that would later astonish the world. He discovered boxing at a juvenile detention center. His natural talent was unmistakable. Heavy hands, explosive speed, fearlessness. Cus D'Amato recognized it immediately. D'Amato saw not just a boy, but a weapon. He became Tyson's mentor, trainer, and legal guardian. Under D'Amato's tutelage, the boy learned the mechanics of boxing, the psychology of fear, and the art of domination. D'Amato shaped him, guided him, disciplined him. Without D'Amato, Tyson would have remained another street fighter, a tragic footnote in Brooklyn's underworld. By the age of 20, Tyson had ascended to the pinnacle of the boxing world, the youngest heavyweight champion in history. The world watched as a teenager became a colossus. Fans worshipped him. Opponents feared him. He seemed invincible. The myth of Tyson the Spartan warrior was born, a man of raw courage, unbreakable will, and unstoppable force. He struck with the ferocity of a living weapon, short punches, rapid combinations. Every fight ended with a bang. Every victory a confirmation of power. Yet the myth concealed the machinery behind it. Tyson's rise was not independent. Cus D'Amato guided him. Jim Jacobs managed him in the early stages, smoothing paths, arranging fights, negotiating opportunities. Don King later assumed control, orchestrating massive bouts, creating spectacle and media frenzy. Tyson's genius was physical, not strategic. He relied on others to navigate the business, the politics, and the optics. He was a warrior, yes, but not a commander. A weapon, yes, but not a general. A paper Spartan, elevated by others' calculation and ambition. Success amplified his demons. Fame brought money, attention, and temptations. Tyson was offered the keys to generational wealth, a life few could imagine. Yet his personal discipline faltered. Incidents piled up, assaults, erratic behavior, violence off the ring. In 1992, he was convicted of rape and sentenced to 6 years in prison, serving 3. The world recoiled. The invincible warrior was human. He was fallible, mortal. He had destroyed his own image through moral failure, yet public fascination persisted. Tyson became a cautionary tale, but also a spectacle, a commodity of controversy. Before his legal troubles, Tyson suffered a career shock when he lost his title to Buster Douglas on February 11, 1990. Douglas was considered a fighter of limited renown. The defeat was a seismic upset. The Spartan ideal of resilience, of rising after defeat, was inconsistently applied. Tyson had the power and skill to recover, yet the vulnerability exposed a man who was not fully tempered by discipline or principle. Even before prison, cracks appeared in the armor. Returning from prison in 1995, Tyson attempted to reclaim glory. He won fights, he reclaimed titles, he stunned fans with explosive knockouts. Yet discipline was inconsistent. Training was irregular. His mind, once sharp under D'Amato's guidance, wandered. The lessons of resilience were never fully internalized. He could not consistently maintain the heights of dominance he once held. Infamy followed. In 1997, during a bout with Evander Holyfield, Tyson bit his opponent's ear, tearing flesh in full view of the world. He was disqualified, fined, and humiliated. The act was barbaric, impulsive, and a stark illustration of unchecked aggression. The Spartan warrior, the icon of fear and discipline, had succumbed to instinct, ego, and chaos. The myth endured in public memory, yet the reality was stark. A man who could command awe in the ring could not command himself outside it. Tyson's personal life mirrored his professional chaos. Marriages crumbled, finances were mismanaged, lavish spending and poor advice drained fortunes that could have lasted generations. The opportunities to convert fame and skill into lasting wealth were enormous. He failed, repeatedly. The potential for a legacy beyond the ring, discipline, influence, stewardship, remained largely unrealized. He became a figure of fascination, a cautionary symbol of talent squandered and power misapplied. Despite the failures, public perception clung to the myth. The world remembered a young man who demolished opponents in seconds. They remembered a titan of the ring. They forgot or ignored the man who faltered morally, financially, and strategically. Tyson's story became a narrative of spectacle rather than substance. He was flattered to be seen as the ultimate warrior, but the Spartan qualities of clarity, discipline, and independent judgment were mediated, often absent, and regularly sabotaged by his own impulses. Yet Tyson also represents something unique in the paper Spartan catalog. His flaws are glaring, his failures public. His myth is larger than his reality. And therein lies the lesson. A Spartan is not measured by fear inspired, but by discipline endured. A Spartan is not defined by explosive power alone, but by enduring principle, moral fortitude, and resilience after defeat. Tyson was given every tool to achieve this: mentors, managers, wealth, and global acclaim. But he failed to convert those resources into the enduring, independent mastery expected of a true Spartan. The contrast is instructive. He could have been a Muhammad Ali, a warrior who combined talent, strategy, moral clarity, and lasting influence. Instead, Tyson's story became one of raw brilliance corrupted by impulse, ego, and external dependence. He was a man who dominated his world yet could not master it, a symbol of fear without sustained virtue, a weapon without command. His career trajectory is a roadmap of potential squandered. His life is a lesson in the difference between projected courage and exercised discipline. And yet, fascination persists. Tyson is celebrated, forgiven, and even lauded as a cultural icon. Documentaries, interviews, podcasts, and memoirs continue to paint him as larger than life, even as the record of his failures is undeniable. The gap between image and reality is precisely why he qualifies as a false prophet and paper Spartan. He was flattered to be seen as invincible. He was projected as disciplined, courageous, and commanding. Yet the substance of independent judgment, moral fortitude, and sustained resilience, the true Spartan virtues, were intermittently present at best, absent at worst. This profile is not condemnation for its own sake. It is an illustration of what happens when society elevates talent and spectacle above virtue and discipline. Tyson's story is compelling because it reveals a universal truth. The perception of power is easily conflated with actual mastery. The myth of the Spartan can be built from fear, admiration, and spectacle. The reality, however, demands resilience, independence, moral courage, and enduring discipline. Tyson's career, for all its brilliance, reminds us of the fragility of a legend when the man behind it is left untempered by principle. Mike Tyson belongs in the false prophet paper Spartan catalog because he was flattered, elevated, and lionized, yet repeatedly failed to embody the qualities projected onto him. He was an icon forged by circumstance, guided by others, and amplified by media and public fascination. His life demonstrates the gulf between image and substance, between brute force and strategic mastery, between fear inspired and virtue earned. He is in many ways the ultimate paper Spartan, a weapon of fear and skill, celebrated and feared, yet dependent, flawed, impulsive, and ultimately unmastered. He illustrates the gap between what the world perceives and what reality produces. He is a legend in perception, a cautionary tale in principle, and a mirror reflecting the danger of idolizing power without scrutiny. Order the Spartan Mindset today and embark on your journey toward becoming the leader your world needs. Let your struggles forge you into a warrior of character and resolve. The Spartan Mindset provides a comprehensive and actionable guide to personal development and resilience. Available now for just $19.99. Purchase your copy from the links in the description box below and on this channel's homepage, because your future begins with the right mindset. The Spartan Mindset.